guys. For the project of contemporary fiction and fantasy, I chose the book The Golden Compass by Phillip Pullman. And The Golden Compass is actually the first book from the trilogy, and the trilogy is called The Dark Materials. So for the activity, I chose the thumbs up or thumbs down part, and I chose to give this book a thumbs up. I actually really enjoyed this book that I think I'm going to listen to the other two because I want to find out what happens of Lyra's journey and how it continues with Will. So the reason why I give it a thumbs up is, for one, this book involves so much different cultures, right? So here's just a gist of it. A bunch of kids are being snatched up out of these communities and towns, and they live in an alternate universe. They live in kingdoms, and it's similar to Harry Potter. Now, this book was written in 1995, and I'm not sure when Harry Potter was written. I don't know. But, so they are on this quest to go find all these kids who are getting snatched up by gobblers. So these gobblers are people who lure kids in and steal them, and they're trying to figure out what happens to these kids. And they go up north, where there's northern lights, and they talk about dust particles. And something with these dust particles, which you don't fully understand in book one, has to do with these vanishings and what they call them, instead of like professors or political power people, they are called Lord and Misters. What they're doing with these kids and who is on it. And so Lyra is on her journey, and she goes to London. She runs away because she finds out who she's working with in journalism is actually a part of the gobblers and who are snatching up these kids. And so she runs away, and she ends up finding a nice family, an Egyptian family, and she goes to Egypt, and she's living, and it talks about traditions and culture of a variety of places. And so I think it's great for any and all readers to kind of get that. It's fiction, but it does have some truth to it. So I think it is a really good book. I also give this book a thumbs up for vocabulary. There's a lot of names that most people might be not familiar with, especially since the book was written in the 1990s, that it is a little bit different. So a lot of the names are very old and ancient, and it does bring a history aspect as well in this book. Another thumbs up is it provides such a equal balance to reality and fiction. Even though it's fantasy, some of the things I could potentially see happening. The only downfall I would say, and I'm gonna, say this because whoever's watching this, the book was banned in Catholic churches, and I didn't know that when I picked the book, and I'm not really sure why. So basically, each person has like a demon, but it's not bad, and it's not lying or forcing them to do bad things or conflicting between good and bad behavior. It's simply just a pet that helps them. So one of the girls has a gold monkey, and nothing vicious. And so a lot of people from the Christianity church were saying it kind of sheds a bad light on Christianity, and I really don't think religion is, the way I read it and I interpreted it is religion isn't really even in the book, but it is giving a guideline to alternate universes, and it doesn't mention heaven or hell, but just different places and what they're like. So I think students who, are conflicted or don't even really know or want to explore, it's not going to be biased. It's not going to push a religion, and it's simply not that. So I would say I give it an overall thumbs up, all three books. And what I also love about this book is that even though the main character is a female, and majority of the plot line is, I wouldn't say boyish, but it's all about action and adventure, and she's demanding, and she's asking questions, and she's trying to figure stuff out, and she's sneaking and overhearing people, and her uncle actually is a lord, and he is on a conquest to the Northern Lights to see what's going on and do some exploring. But it is very much gender neutral to boys and girls. I don't think it's one way or the other. I think this is a book you could read as a class in middle school or on your own in high school, and every student of all race, ethnicity, gender would really enjoy this book. And also, so much suspense. You're like, what is she here? What do they know? Are they good? Are they bad? You are also figuring out what's happening in the story with Lyra. So it's a really good book, and I totally give this book a thumbs up. Thank you.